This is still my first day in Bangkok. I arrived on the night bus from Mesa this morning, so I should be sleeping, but I'm surprisingly full of energy. I don't get it. An entire night of no sleep, and yet I feel fine. So something magical happened on that bus. I don't know what. Anyway, since I have energy, I thought I would take care of one of my errands. I think I have to go to the train station and trade in my printed out PDF record of my ticket for an official ticket. Because I booked my train ticket online through 12go.asia, and then I printed out a PDF of my record of my online reservation. But I don't actually have a physical ticket from the train station. And I think I should head in that direction and talk to one of the ticket clerks, and then see if I can trade my PDF in for an official ticket. And to do that, I'm going to take the Chao Phraya Express boat a few stops down the river, get off, and then walk into the MRT station and take the MRT the rest of the way to the train station. So I'm back at the Chao Phraya Express boat. And here we are, back at the river. I thought it was going to rain, but nice sunny day so far. A few days ago, I was out on my scooter somewhere and looking at the Ping River and talking about the Ping River, which goes near Mesa. It goes through Tak City, and the Ping River merges with another river on its way south, and it actually turns into what we're looking at, the Chao Phraya River. So in fact, all the water that we're looking at right now would have come down along the Ping River. I'm down at the, this is the same dock where I got off to go to my guest house in the morning. And you just wait for one of these boats that has the orange flag on it. my carefully crafted plan has fallen apart, because that's the pier I wanted to stop at, Rajani Pier, and we're just riding right past it. So I don't know where we're going to end up. I'll have to replot my route. This is my new pier, which is fine. Just means I have to backtrack a little bit more than I had planned on. There goes my boat. Such a fabulous way of getting around the city. Just to live on rivers is it's like the best way to live, really. Amazing neighborhoods all along the river here. This is the Yodpiman River Walk. I have no idea what that is, but there's so much history in Bangkok. Everywhere you go, especially along the riverside, you're going to find historic buildings of one type or another. Yeah, nearby here there's a big flower market. I noticed a lot of these garbage bags contain a lot of garlands and flowers. I think this might be the flower. Okay, Yodpiman Flower City since 1961. Very large market here, and I have plenty of time, so I might as well walk through it. And a lot of flowers. You can smell them. Look at this place. It's amazing. I guess this is what happens when you have a temple, a city full of temples, and all these temples need garlands, different types of flowers for offerings. You end up with a flower market. Wow, look at the colors here. Looks like they have to make a real effort to spray them with water, keep them looking fresh. Well, I came out the other side of the flower market, and there's the name of it, Yodpiman Flower Market. But I only came up one side. I think I'm going to dive back in and walk through the market again, and just go down through the left side here. imagine there are set decorations, like they specialize in this particular floral display. And I wonder if people invent their own and become known for a certain new type of arrangement. These are interesting. They look almost like buds that I haven't opened yet, and they're kept on ice. Maybe that's on purpose. And then they open up into things like this, look more like a popcorn. I saw some people stringing the white ones, and it reminded me of stringing popcorn as a kid to make Christmas tree decorations. Look at these. It's an interesting design too. Or arrangement, I guess you would call it, right? A flower arrangement. And I guess these would serve sort of as donations at shrines and temples. And I like these ones too. They look like small roses, but all bunched together into a tight group. I imagine they get taken out of this paper and then they would bloom, open up. That was an interesting detour. I'm walking in this direction because I have to backtrack to that other pier, the one that the boats don't stop at anymore. Or at least my boat didn't stop there. And I should run into a canal at some point. And the canal won't let me move forward, and that's where I have to... Oh, look at this place, the Onion Hostel. A little hostel down in this neighborhood. That would be interesting to stay there. Starbucks. Oh, looks to be closed though. I've noticed a lot more life in these back alleyways than I would see in Mesot, for example. Every time I dove into the back streets, you'd see multi-story buildings like this, 3 or 4 stories high, with what looked like apartments, but they always looked to be empty, like nobody was living in them. But here, you can see all the laundry on the balconies, all the household goods. So clearly each one of these little rooms, these apartments, has a family in it. yeah, there's a lot going on in these alleyways. So this is Rajani Pier right here, and I'm not the only one that's been confused by this, because I just saw 4 other people, I think, come here looking to get on the boat, and then they're told that, you know, the regular Chao Phraya express boat doesn't stop here anymore. You can take tourist sightseeing boats from here, but the main commuter boat doesn't come here anymore. Wow, look at that, a little viewpoint up there. Can't resist that. Gonna have to walk up there and take a look around, take a look at the river.
Want to do more reconnaissance, Paul? It's not looking promising.
The longer I've been hanging out here near the Rajani Pier, the more confused foreigners, just as confused as I am, I've been encountering. We're all coming here looking for the boat because it's on all the schedules still, and it's on Google Maps, you know, that the boat stops here. But it doesn't. I think maybe this is a new pier and they just haven't opened it yet, because that small one over there is listed as Rajani Pier, but then there's a big one right here is also Rajani Pier, and yet it's completely closed. So maybe they're just waiting to open this one up, because it looks like it's brand new, just been freshly built. So I don't think they would have abandoned it already. Probably just hasn't even opened yet. Well, I'm not making much progress, so I better get moving, get to this MRT station. I have an errand I'm trying to accomplish. I didn't have to go very far to get to the MRT. Here it is right here, Sanam Chai MRT station. So I have to go for about 3 stops, 4 stops maybe, to get to the train station. So there's the line that I'm on. It's the same one that I took this morning. I started there at Chatuchak Park and went down to Bangkok, but now I'm starting here at Sanam Chai and going to Hua Lamphong. So 1, 2, just 3 stops. And I've got my token, which I just touch here, and through you go. I'm constantly amazed at how deep into the earth you go nowadays when you go into an MRT system. The tunnels are buried very far down the surface. And I think this is where I want to be, on this side. Well, let's get on board and see if we end up going in the right direction. So there it is, Sanam Chai station.
Train and platform.
This is my station, Hua Lamphong, blue line, stop number 28. And on the announcement, they described it as a connecting station with the SRT system. And I think SRT stands for State Railways of Thailand. So perhaps there's even a tunnel that goes directly from here into the main train station. Find out. connection. You walk out of the MRT and you walk straight into the train station. Those are some of the tracks over there. And this looks like the main train station here. Wow, it's even air conditioned. This was what I was expecting to find when I arrived at the bus station. I wanted to step into a building like this with a Cafe Amazon, and then I would have just sat down at a table and had a cup of coffee as soon as I arrived to gather my wits. But though, as I said, when I arrived at the bus station, I think it was just because there are now two main terminals there, Mochit number 2 and Mochit number 1, and I think I arrived at Mochit number 2, and they call that the small coach station, and the main building is at Mochit number 1. Okay, so you got Black Canyon Coffee up there, Dunkin' Donuts, Cafe Amazon, they all seem to be open. So coming here early for the train wouldn't be a problem. Be quite a easy place to hang out. So I guess I will just stand in one of these lines, hand over my papers, and see what they have to say. Oh, let's go for a walk up on the balcony here to Black Canyon, just to get a look at the train station from up above. I'm all done. I was standing in line there for a little while. I got to the front and I had my usual troubles communicating. I think it's something about me with those barriers, you know, the plexiglass barriers. Once they come between me and the person I'm trying to communicate with, it sort of makes the language barrier 3 times more difficult to overcome somehow. I don't know, I can't hear what they're saying, they can't hear what I'm saying, and of course with the masks you can't read lips at all, you can't really judge body movement, you know, it's, I don't know. So anyway, it took a long time to figure out what the deal was, but as far as I can make out, I don't have to do anything special. The ticket that I printed out, the PDF form, is an official ticket, and I can board the train with that. And there's no system here for exchanging it for a more, you know, official looking ticket, which was kind of what I was hoping to do. But there's the bus station. I have to say, I am pleased, very, very pleased with this place. I guess when it comes to these sorts of things, I'm always anticipating the worst, because I have been in some pretty wild places in my lifetime where getting a bus, a train, something like that is like taking your life in your hands. I mean, so crowded, so chaotic, so confusing, and very, very stressful. But this is amazing. Look at this. Wide open spaces. It's air conditioned, so it's actually nice and cool inside here. Lots of seating. The lineups are very short and clearly marked in English and in Thai. Yeah, an absolute pleasure to come here. I was expecting an experience much more stressful than it turned out to be. With a successful errand like that, getting some clear and dependable information, I can reward myself with a bubble milk tea. Let's see how this is. I'm kind of surprised, but it looks like you can just walk out onto the platforms without having a ticket for one of these trains. I was just curious where platform number 3 was. Oh, it's over here. I looking at the board, and the train that I'm taking, the Express 45, leaves from platform number 3. It leaves at 3:10. It's 2 o'clock right now. So this is probably the exact same train right here. Not much point walking all the way to the end of the train. They're busy cleaning it right now. I'm back at the Memorial Bridge. That's the pier where the Chao Phraya Express boat dropped me off this morning. It skipped Regini Pier and dropped me off here instead. So I felt confident that the orange flag boat would also come here to go upriver. But I still couldn't find any orange flags anywhere until I finally came over here, and there was one orange flag hiding at the very corner there. It was hidden behind some other signs, but I finally saw the orange flag, so now I have more confidence that if I wait here long enough, an orange flag boat will eventually appear and I can head back to my neighborhood. And here comes an orange flag boat, but it's heading downriver. It's not the direction I want to go. Man, those boats really move. He really has to throw it into reverse to get it to stop, or else he'd run right into that bridge. I guess they have it down to a science. A helpful employee here is keeping an eye open for the orange flag. It's a good system because you can see that flag from way down the river. So he spots it coming from far away, long before any of us know it's there. With this many people waiting here on this pier, I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit crowded, but we'll see. Amazing boats, though. I love these things. I love the look of them. It looks so streamlined. But I guess they probably have a weight limit, right? If they get too crowded, overcrowded, because this one looks quite full already. Looks like they have a limit, 5 people. I don't think I'm going to make it on, or maybe. I guess I misunderstood the hand signal. Yodpiman. That's the Yodpiman Riverwalk. The Yodpiman Flower Market is there. A lot of these places alongside the river seem to be closed, though. There's that Starbucks that I walked by. Beautiful location right on the river, but it's not open. Most of these businesses right on the river, they don't seem to be open. There it is. There's my pier, Regini Pier. Yeah, that pier is way too big and too new to be permanently closed. It's probably going to be open at some point. It's an amazing view of the city from here, the riverside. I think that is the Grand Palace over there. I'm not sure if this boat stops right beside the Grand Palace or not. It'd be convenient if it did, but I don't think it does. That's the Grand Palace over there? It is? I went there once, but it was a long time ago, so I don't remember.
I've never been there.
No? I'm back at Phra Athit station, or Phra Athit Pier, I should say. This is where my guest house is located. Just got dropped off. It's a nice spot to be. They actually have this riverside sidewalk here. Goes for quite a distance. You can just walk alongside the river. I could be imagining things, but it feels like the 500 kilometers that I traveled south from Mesot, and I think dropping in altitude has made a big difference in the temperature. I just feel a lot hotter here in Bangkok than I did in Mesot. I've been doing a lot of sweating, a lot more sweating than I was doing in tranquil Mesot. Here in the big city, a lot more activity and a lot warmer. So I think that is the end of my small adventures for today. All I wanted to do really was, well, I mean, the day actually is a very long day because it started 7 p.m. the night before. You know, I didn't sleep last night, and today has been one long continuous day. But treating today as one day, I just wanted to go down to the train station and confirm that my ticket was valid and that I didn't need to exchange it for a more official ticket or, you know, check in with the train people or anything like that. And apparently I don't need to. Everything is all ready to go for my train trip down south. And now that I have that squared away, I can relax and just enjoy my time in Bangkok. And with that, I'm done, and I'll see you in the next video.